I'm really sorry, son, but I'm afraid we'll have to amputate.
Welcome to Let's Play. This time we're playing Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX Maximum Remix. I could play the original Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX, and I could have done like any other fucking console than PS1. However, Maximum BMX adds in more content, and the order is different on things, objectives and stuff, and it's only released on PS1, so we're playing that. So there you go. This game is interesting because it is essentially, I believe, a game by the developers that gave you Thrasher, and it's pretty much going to be playing similar to Thrasher, even though I haven't done Thrasher yet. Eventually I will. In fact, I was going to do Thrasher years ago, but I never really went through with it. But eventually I will do Thrasher. But right now we got Dave Mirra here, the Miracle Boy. We got Ryan Nyquist. We got Troy McMurray, or McMurray. We got Mike Laird. We have Chad Kagi. We also have Tim Mirra, or Turbo. Keenan Harkin, or Hark Dog. Sean Butler, or Lumber. Okay. Lay Ramsdale. People can recognize him a little bit. Joey Garcia, or El Jefe. And that's it. There are some more characters in this game, but we'll go through them way later on. Got the Hero Mirra, and we got the Style 1. There's always like 5 styles, and Dave here is at the Slim Jims. So we have the hometown here, and we also have like a lot of levels to go through. Progress involves a lot of objectives to really do, and to really go through with this, we are going to need to take care of every single thing. And the way the Dave Mirra games work is that there are a set of objectives, about 4 usually, we have to do it in about a few minutes. And in order for us to do more objectives, after we complete the first 4, we then have to do another run, which will then lead into the next thing. The annual Autumn Carnival has arrived in town. It's time to learn how to ride in the playground. Now get over the jump to the dirt section and find a way onto the roofs. So, jump the freestyle box jumps, grind the red and blue rail, clear all the single dirt jumps, and 5,000 points in a run. This will teach us, how the controls work, sort of. Like, some of these are useful, like, how to brake, how to do, like, a modifier and such. However, some of these aren't very good. The game, for instance, starts off by saying to pedal, press the X button. No, it's hold up to pedal. And, yeah, release X on the top of your jump. Yeah, don't tap X, just hold up. Also, balancing. I should talk about the balancing in this game. The balancing sucks. There are a few things that I just do not like about this game. And they didn't make it any better in, you know, Maximum Remix. In fact, in all honesty, this is sort of the main gist of the controls and such, is that this game kind of wants you to guess on your controls and shit by essentially seeing your guy and then guessing from there. There's no balance bar, and there's a balance bar for manual, but there isn't for grinding. And the balance bar for manuals are fucked. The manuals are really fucked. I hate the manuals. But there's a whole bunch of tricks, by the way, and the tricks are fucked. Because a lot of them are, you know, just... A lot of them are going to be doing a trick, and then doing a modifier for the trick. Which, you can see there are a lot of modifiers. In fact, I'm willing to say there are too many tricks in this game. Because the game will want you to do certain tricks for objectives. And the thing is, you are more than likely not going to remember a fucking thing of these tricks. You are not going to remember a tabletop fucking backflip. You're not going to remember how to do that one, really. Or a decade. You're not going to remember how to do a decade. You'll know how to do a tabletop. You'll know how to do like a fucking can and such. You might remember the fucking directional ones. But the ones that require you to press 2 different directions, like an unturn down and such, no, you're not going to remember shit about that. Also, luckily our name will stay on the thing no matter what, so I'm going to go ahead and put down my whole name, because luckily this game can fit my whole name, Xindictive. And, yeah. So, we have, I think, completed every single objective for Amateur. And Amateur will give you nothing. Like, you might get a little bit of a congratulations, a sponsor just, like, gave you a clap on the back. But that's about it. In case you're wondering, we can't progress through the game until we beat Pro. So, well, there's some records. Yeah, see? We got the next one, Jiffy Market, but we really can't move on until we take care of the Pro stuff. We got Wall Ride, the free conf posters, 360 tabletop. Get onto the haunted thing and get 10,000 points, I believe it was. So, yeah, we're going to be doing like a tabletop here, which to do it, you have to hold down the trick button while holding either R1 or L1. Those are your spin buttons. You could also spin with the directional buttons or what have you. I would recommend just holding the R1 and L1 button before a jump, and you'll start spinning like the maximum spin right off the bat. Better off doing that. Because you might as well put more of your focus on the tricks themselves with your D-pad, rather than using them for the spin first and such. So, yeah, here's some wall riding. The wall rides really suck, by the way, because they require you to press up and then X. And the thing is, you don't have to press X again to jump off the wall ride. If you wall ride all the way down, you will bail. This game punishes you for not jumping off your wall ride. It punishes you for not jumping off a wall ride. That is some shit, gotta say, gotta admit, not a fan of that. I find that to be bullshit. And this game has quite a bit of bullshit to it. For instance, separate fucking progression is in this game. Separate player progression is in this game. And you already know how much I fucking hate that shit. You know just as well as anything else of me that when it comes to separate fucking, you know, skater progression or rider progression or what have you, I fucking hate it. Because all I'm doing is the exact same objectives for, like, a fuck ton of characters. The same shit over and over again. Also 15,000. There you go, 15,000, and there you go. And then, yeah, we got a sponsorship from Fox Racing. Okay, the sponsors don't really matter. It just means, you know, you'll eventually get a costume. But here comes the hardcore stuff. Carousel with the grind fun box rail, 105 feet, wall tap the strongman bell, and no-footed backflip over a fucking building. Now, if you've seen playthroughs of this, like for instance in Seg 47 players back then, You'll know that a lot of people can't do the hardcore challenges right now because it's impossible to do it right now if your current bike and such. If what I just did there says otherwise, good. Because you can do all of these challenges right off the bat. It's just, one thing I've noticed of a lot of people, including Xindictive, is that they hold the jump button down. And what I've noticed this game is that it does not matter. Holding the jump button down matters about as much as just pressing the jump button. You get the exact same amount of height out of it. Holding it down does not add anything. So, the only thing is tapping it and pressing it. If you just do a quick little tap, you'll make like a small little jump. If you just press it like a normal person, however, you'll do the maximum jump no matter what. And it is better to press the X button, to press the jump button when you go for these jumps, because you will make the fucking distance if you do that. If you hold down the jump button when you're getting ready for a jump, unfortunately you will slow down by the ramps and such, and you will have less speed because of it. And that sucks. So you really, really do need to make sure that if you're doing this shit, just press the X button. Do not hold it down, because holding it down will fuck you. And also you have to press like right and then X to do a wall tap. Left and X is fast tap, like fast plants. Yeah, even just doing this shit, the wall ride and the planting is like... There's not even that many grinds, like not many grind tricks compared to flips and modifiers. And speaking of grinding, oh boy, 105 feet on this tent platform box? This shit sucks. And I can do it. It's just the balancing. Oh god, the balancing. There you go, I did it. The main issue is that balancing with your body is just such a pain in the ass to pull off that more than likely you're not going to make the distance usually, because the game will force you to the side and you'll have really no control outside of that. So yeah, this game has very, very like loose fucking balancing on grinds and shit, and it makes it difficult to really handle this crap. But yeah, there you go, I just beat it. And this is my first time playing the game, really. I never really played this game before, so yeah, we're gonna be going through and doing all the hardcore shit as soon as possible. Jiffy Market is next, and Jiffy Market is where the real start of the problems begin, because all the hardcore challenges from the first one, the fucking circus, really easy. But this is something like Ryan on the Moon at Ryan's hometown Jiffy Market. Take advantage of the wide open parking lot to practice manuals and grinds, or go behind the store to get big air on the concrete quarter pipes. So Jiffy Market is going to be interesting. It's 4 shopping carts, shop the fence, 360 off the Jiffy truck, and 10,000 points in a run. The points will usually increase by about 5,000 points every time. And with the pro challenges, which are the second set of challenges, they increase by like 75,000, like 7,500, I think. But ultimately, it's gonna be like a big fucking increase. It's not gonna be a huge deal. The main thing, however, is just making sure that you take care of all the other shit first, and then deal with the score later on. Because usually the other objectives are harder than the score one. Because getting score in this game is easy. It's honestly kind of easily abusable, in fact. So, you'll be fine on the score challenges. It's just mainly going to be doing all of this other shit that will have your attention right now. Anyway, this is where the hardcore challenges really start to, you know, give you some real challenge here. Because there are some things in this game that are just dog shit. When it comes to amateur, they're really easy. When it comes to pro, there are moments, but they're also that bad. But hardcore is where it's at. Anyway, 60 feet, jump from loading dock to roof, wall ride over the food market roof, and 25,000 points. Within 10,000, 25,000, yeah, it increased a lot. They will increase a lot, these ones. And by the way, you can play it any way you want with the grind one. That one's pretty easy. You can do it right off the bat, honestly. There's the loading dock over there. Just jump from that ramp to the roof, and there you go. And as for the wall ride, it'll be behind this wall over here. Yeah, there's also this building here. You can use this building to get over to the Jiffy Market itself. We'll take care of that one in the hardcore challenges. That entire area otherwise is pointless. And yeah, there's wall right onto the food market roof. There's the food market right there. There's the roof. There's a manual cross behind this wall here. Use the ramp there to then jump up and then do a wall ride onto the thing. The wall ride luckily will like lock on to the wall if you do it. Even if you're just like, both your wheels are normally up on the fucking thing. Usually you can't do that in these kind of games. In this game you can. So yeah, go up on the ramp and then press up and then X to the wall ride, and there you go. Did a wall tap instead. Because there's one other thing, I keep mixing it up with, I believe, aggressive inline, which was down in X. So yeah, aggressive inline kind of fucks you with this, and vice versa. I don't know why they do this, by the way. Just have it be press the grind button on a wall. Why do this shit? Anyway, hardcore is Jiffy Market grind, manual 75 feet on the lane dock wall, stall on top of the Jiffy Market area, and grind 4 light posts. Which, yeah, the manual shit we gotta talk about now. To do a manual, you have to double tap down or double tap up. Double tapping up to do a notice manual, which is horrible. And double tapping the manual normally is down, and you have to do this one if you want to take care of this. And in order to do this one, you have to not only aim good for it, but time it just right to get the manual going, because sometimes the manual doesn't want to work, and then you have to balance it, which, by the way, you have to hold down the down in order to do the fucking manual. And the problem is that if you're holding down, you'll usually start fucking flying down on the bar and then bail. So the manuals are just really horrible. Anyway, make a pretty big jump like so, like I just did there. A bit of a lucky jump in a way. Take care of that grind. Requires you to jump at the very edge there. And afterwards, the rest of these are not too bad. Use the ramps here to get some speed to grind that next one up there. And the last two up on that building that I was running on beforehand. And that's really it for the light posts. There are more light posts around, but these are the only light posts you can actually grind on. The other ones are so out of the way and they're so high up and such. The developers did not intend for you to take care of those ones. They intended for you to take care of these ones. And yeah, you have to do this shit, take care of this. Basically just hold up, and as soon as you're about to go for the ramp, let go of up, and then just press the X button as soon as you go up to the very top, and you'll get the maximum height out of it. And that's how this works, really. You just do that again and again, and you can go as high as you want from there. If you fuck it up, however, you can lose height and speed and such, so keep note of that, but otherwise, you can reach the shit just from doing this back and forth bullshit. And, yeah, the grind, the fucking magnetism of this game is weird, honestly. You'll see later on how weird it is. But yeah, 2 challenges completed. Now it's time for the next one, which is grind the Jiffy Market, and then stolen on this little roof thing there with the Jiffy Market. The problem is that, oh no, I fucking fell down. I like going for that roof usually because it's more fun. But if you want to just get it done and out of the way, if you want to just get, you know, completed without bullshitting around, just go behind the market. There are some ramps here. Use that shit and just take care of the stall and then the grind. These are 2 really easy hardcore challenges. You'll get this shit done in no time. Honestly, the manual is the hardest part here, and so is the light post shit. Besides that, the rest is easy. Some of these hardcore challenges are insultingly easy, but there are some that are just absolute dog shit. However, Pro also has its moments, and High School here is going to show us our first bullshit high score one. Also, all of those sponsors, as you can see, don't apply at all. They appear, and then they just don't bother. I'm guessing they wanted to add in, like, different costumes and shit, but nah. Then over to RM High School and test your skills on the school grounds. The pool has been drained for weekend cleaning, not perfect for riding. If you can find a way into the building at least. So run to 4 sets of locker doors, jump from the car to the court ramp, fast plant the high school sign, and 15,000 points. I have to talk fast if I want to read this shit. I'm sorry. I kind of do like pace myself for being fast at this shit. Because I read it on my mind, and I'm like, that's fast enough. Then I actually do the commentary, and it's like, fuck. But, yeah, these lockers are easy. They're just open. Just run in them, they'll break apart. Next up is the score. And by the way, you notice that I'm doing backflips and such. For the start of it, I used that to get my... Oh, by the way, fast plant. That was magnetism. Afterwards, the magnetism does not work at all, really. You'll stay, like, lower than that every time after that objective. The objective sometimes magnetize you to the spot. But yeah, there you go, that's a sign. Also, here's this jump here. Just jump from there, and it didn't count. Don't worry, I'll restart. There we go. There we go. Okay, now for the points. So, I'm starting off by essentially utilizing the backflip and then doing like no footers and what have you, and you know, doing X ups and all that crap. Eventually doing like a special backflip, but really you should not use the backflip. In fact, you are better off abusing all the other tricks. By the way, find inside the pool, open the 3 doors, 30 feet of air, 35,000 points, and a 100-foot grind down the stairs. This is the bullshit pro challenge. 100 feet grind. One of these pros has such shit balance that it is almost impossible to get the distance of this. Even normally, getting the shit is a bastard. And this is why I have to talk about the grind thing. This is why I talk about the little bar that appears there. Because you're thinking if I hit the number, if we get close to the number area, that's the number, right? No. There's a line above the number. You have to hit above that line to get 100 feet. And they usually, like, restart the numbers to, like, you know, just change the color to red or what have you. So that's the 100 spot or whatever. Basically, you have to get over the red 00 feet on the thing to take care of that. And if you don't, it's not 100. And it does actually count the 100. It's just, you are so confused by this bar, because you're thinking if you're on the 100, you know, that's a 10 feet, right? No, you were like 9 feet. You have to be higher than that. Some people will think it's 105 feet, and in a way, it's honestly better to get 105 feet just in case, but I have been able to get that from 100 feet. As long as I get over that little line there, that matters. So, yeah. This bit is also kind of weird because the whole stall thing is weird. But there you go. And now it's time for me to take care of the 30 feet jump here. Which again, just essentially hit above the line where the 30 is, and you'll get it. That was not 35, it was very close to it. I was just under 35. Anyway, now it's time to get the score, which you can see I'm doing the backflip stuff and all. Don't do this. Do other square tricks and the modifiers, and then spam them in the air. If you do that, and then do grinds of that, you will get way more points out of this than doing what I'm doing right now. Also, try to do a double backflip. You can't do a double front flip, but you can do a double backflip, and it sucks. Don't do it. And, let's see. I should be done right about now. Nope. Now I am. Nope. Okay. Now I am. There you go. Alright, and that's all the pro challenges. Now it's time for the hardcore. Which you would think would be bullshit. And there is, like... honestly, I don't think they're that hard. Transfer over the staircase, can't hit, look down, grind over the clock tower, and jump over the diving board. Now, we have to go to the trick list, and that will happen a few times to find what the fuck a can look down is. Which, as you can see, there's a lot of cans. There it is, left, right, square. I'm gonna end up forgetting that fucking combination a lot. It's a really fast trick, to be honest. A lot of these are fast tricks, so you can't do them on the ground. So, yeah, done. Easy. Now, getting this transfer here requires you to get some speed. So all you gotta do here is use these ramps here to get yourself your speed up. Try to get about like a 25 going on, maybe, on the way through. And, yeah, then make the jump over, like so. Get a good direction going. There you go. 2 challenges done. Next up is this one over here. We have to take care of the clock tower. Just don't hold the jump, press it on the very end, and you'll make it. Make sure you get a good, direction going on, you'll make it. And lastly, the diving board. You can actually, like, phase through the diving board, and it will count. I'm not joking. You can either jump over it, or you can go through it, and then land it, and it will count. I went through it, so easier. And there you go. And that is the first 3 levels of the game. There is usually a competition after the first 3. However, this game is weird because what should be the first contest is actually locked until the very end of the game. It's weird. So this next level we'll be seeing here, we can't do until, like, the end of the fucking game. So just go past this locked level, and your actual next level will be afterwards. But that's it. So that is Hometown done. See? That is Hometown done. Next time we'll be going on forward to Greenville for Vale Trails and some more shit as well as our first competition. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time for Greenville.